Hello everybody, welcome to my show, Mary Day Show. I'm your host, Mary Day. So, I'm doing a show here for bcso sheriffs and the mayor and the governor. So I just want to let you know, I'm going to be sharing this. Of course, on your Facebook, your Twitter, local news Twitter, national news Twitter, podcast Twitters, radio station Twitters, to a lot of mayors in different states. Because what's going on here is illegal, against humanity morals, against your own oath, bcso sheriffs and the local APD police here, the Metro Police. You know, I've been a victim since I was 17. I'm 54. There's a time when we get fed up. There's a time when we get tired. We get tired of wishing, hoping, dreaming, thinking they'll just go away. It doesn't go away. I've been a victim for so long, it doesn't go away. For the longest time, I cried at night in my bed, hoping that maybe the next day will be a new day and my life will be back. I don't know what it's like to have a life like my neighbors, like my cousins, like my mom, like you. To be able to be successful or to learn from your own mistakes. And that's the thing, we should be able to learn from our own mistakes, not forced mistakes on us out of hatred. And you know, talk about hatred? Look at all these past shootings. Buffalo, Florida, Texas, here, in the schools, in Walmart, the other day. What's all that done for? Hate. Hate. You want to talk about shootings? Manuel Rodriguez shot in my house because of hate for the Albuquerque gang stalkers. And how do I know that it was him? Because on my birthday, 3 years ago, I did a birthday show that I had a pinata filled with flyers with his picture on it. And the next day, I posted right in front of his house on the pole, down the street, down the block, out the park. 3 hours later, my house was shot at. 3 hours later, same day, 3 hours later was shot at after I posted those in front of his house. He used to work for me. I knew he carried a gun in his truck. We called bcso sheriffs, nothing. They wouldn't even speak to me. I had information. I could at least give him a lead. Wouldn't even take that. I have holes in my front window, front door, above the window. Bullets are still in the walls. And they won't do nothing. All the crimes that they do against me is because of hate. And bcso sheriffs, all they do is sweep it under the rug. All the crimes against me. And not just against me. I'm not only here to protect myself. I'm here to protect the local citizens. The future victims against this illegal organization. And who's to know how many past victims there has been since back then? When did gang stalking start? Somebody told me it started back Luther King, when he was fighting for our rights. And that's exactly what we are doing, fighting for our rights, just like Martin Luther King. I'm going to go quoting his codes because I'm no Martin Luther King. But we're doing the same thing what he's doing, fighting for his rights. What do? They violate our rights, our privacy rights, our protected rights. And who's supposed to be protecting our protected rights? bcso sheriffs. And they don't. They look at us as we're the criminals when we're the victims. They say, you need help. You need psychic help. Are you on your medication? That's their excuse. It's always the same excuse over and over and over. Not just bcso sheriffs, there's been other authorities from other cities, other counties, APD police. They all say the exact same thing. What is gang stalking? That's why I did that with the stupid look, because that's all they give. Now, I'm not saying that they're stupid, but they always give the same look all the time, and it looks stupid. That's what I'm saying. I'm not calling them stupid, but you can't get away with the same excuse and blame us and see us as we're the problem, because they say that this program that they're running is against misfits, undesirables, people that don't fit in society. I don't remember seeing a law saying it's illegal to be a misfit. I don't remember seeing a law it's illegal to be an undesirable or not fit in society. Is there a law such as that? Because that's what this program is for, to go after people like that. Am I a misfit? Am I undesirable? Do I not fit in society? Because there's no, like I said, there's no law against it. And this program that they're running, that they say don't exist, it's a ghost program they're running in their department. Everybody knows it. It's all over my support group. It's all over national. Everybody knows who runs it. The sheriff department, the local authorities. Everybody knows. And Mr. Mayor, Tim Keller, these people are under your wing. We voted for you to be our protector. And you're allowing bcso sheriffs to run an organization against the people that voted you in, that look up to you, that see you as like their father. And you're allowing them to be corrupted and run this against people like me. And it's not just the crimes. I have my own business. Yes, I do plenty of shows, but I use humor as an awareness, but with truth behind it. And I'll tell you the reason why I use humor. Because I want my awareness to be something different than no others out there. Nobody out there uses humor for awareness. Nobody does it like me. I'm the only one that does it like that. Now, maybe some people don't see me serious, but it don't matter. I use it to give my people, my targeted fellow friends, a smile, a laughter, something that you take away from us. Them take away from us with their illegal organization that they run, with a ghost organization that don't exist. Well, they exist. We know exist. You know exist. I'm on your Facebook, bcso sheriffs, APD police, all the time. Accusations against you. You don't respond to a single one of them. I just sent you one not too long ago, but one of the gang stalkers that seem to always stick up for you guys, that you can't stick up for yourself, made a rude comment. Take a look at it. I took a picture of his profile and showed it to him. Then he made another rude comment, so I went back to block. He went in my support group, tried to join my support group after calling me a vulgar name. And I clicked on his profile to block him. He had a picture of me behind his profile picture. My last show I just did yesterday for the mayor, somebody else said, because I mentioned I will kill gang stalking. What did he say? I will not end it. He just proved that it exists. Now, of course, I can't use that as proof. But when you got so many that admitting to it, what's really happening here? That the gang stalkers, like I'll just talk about my business. Let's go back to my business. I'm gonna tell you what's really happening. They did a forced no-show on me on Friday because I injured my back on Wednesday. So I couldn't work Thursday and Friday. Thursday job went well. I said one of my regular guys couldn't work. Made an excuse. Wife's sick. Take her to the hospital. Okay. So I hired another 2 new hires in hopes that they'll do the job. Cause I'm down. I'm down with an injured back. They take off. Tell the customer they're on their way. It's a 3-hour gig. I have a moving company. I'm not a male stripper dancer. It's just a humor thing. So I called back at 12:30 because the job was at 9 o'clock. I'm thinking this should be done. I can't get a hold of the customer. I can't get a hold of the guys. 8 hours later, they call me. The customer tells me they never showed up, and the guys call me. Oh, well, I don't know. They give some dumb excuse. I knew they're lying. I knew the customer was lying. And then he went and tried to file a no show on me. But the thing is, I called my website. I gave them all the information. Me trying to contact them ignoring me. They reversed it. Because the no-show counts against my rankings. It puts me from up here to down here. And then who's going to hire me when I'm down here when I got all these people up here to choose from? Nobody. Not nobody, but it's going to be from working every day to barely working once or twice a week jobs. I rely on those rankings. I rely on those reviews. They're sabotaging my company all the time. And I got to fight on top of them to stop them, keep them from doing it. It's a non-stop since I started my business almost 15 years ago. It's non-stop with them. And because I got it reversed on Saturday, They tried to force another one today. They got my whole crew. Didn't show up. So I got names right here. I put an ad on. All these 3 people responded, said they'd be on their way. None of them showed up. Forced a no-show. But then I still got the job completed. Because I'm a go-getter. I don't accept no. That's the one thing about me and the Albuquerque gang doctor. We got something in common. We don't accept defeat. They don't accept defeat from me. I don't accept defeat from them. Every time they go after my business like they did here, I get louder. Louder against them. And I'll get louder by this. I'm not a violent person. I don't have a gun, a knife here. I don't have a bat. I'm not a violent person. But I get louder in my mouth, like Martin Luther King did. Speak out. Of course, I'm not trying to claim I'm no Martin Luther King, nothing like that. But I get louder and louder and louder. And I'm not talking just about my voice. I'm talking about my awareness. If I sound upset now, I am very upset. Very upset because they don't stop. They don't stop going after my business. And what they did today was retaliation. Because I reversed that no-show on Friday. Got it reversed on Saturday morning. So they tried to force it. That's what the Albuquerque gang sergeant non-stop after me. No matter if it's my business or my home. Shooting at my home or my business. It don't stop. When does it stop? When does it stop? This hate. When does the hate stop? When do you guys stop running this program? It needs to stop, Mr. Mayor, Tim Keller. It needs to end. You need to end it. Because Albuquerque, New Mexico, the citizens are looking at you to end this program because you're putting them in fear. You're putting their children in fear that they could be the next victim. That they can live the life I have to force to live. I have to, it's not every day that I have to fear them. But when they choose to come after me like they did today, that's what I have to fear. And I can guarantee my job tomorrow is going to go the same way. My job on Wednesday is going to go the same way. They're going to go non-stop all week until they're going to try to succeed and try until they succeed. That's the way they are because they're full of hate. So let me tell you something little back history about how I know how the Albuquerque gang doctors work, how I know confident Albuquerque gang doctor exists. When I was 17 years old, my girlfriend, I've said this story before, I'm going to say it again right here, right now, because I'm sharing this where I told you I'm going to share it, and I want them to know. When I was 17, I dated a girl, Dina Lovato. Her parents, Dan Lovato and Bal Lovato, gang stalkers. I knew nothing about gang stalkers. I knew nothing, oblivious to it. They sat down, gave me a 3-page pamphlet, explained everything about it, how it worked, what they do, how they get paid, who's involved. Police, judges. Now that's, I don't, you know, I shouldn't say judges because I can't remember that. I just know it was the police, the neighborhood, they'd say fire department, you know, businesses that support them. They didn't give a name of businesses. I didn't get that. They just said businesses that do support them. But back then, they ran gang stalking a little different. Let me give you a little history of how they ran gang stalking back then. Back then, people used to set up with tents and RVs and get elaborate and show that they were supporters for gang stalking in the neighborhood. And they had their victim picked. And most people, they picked people close to the victim. So that victim was fear of walking out because he knew what was going on. And they didn't do it every night. They had their nights they picked. Like when they picked their nights when they get around here. When they do the electronic harassment. That's what they used to do back then. But they put a stop to that. But when they used to do it, they used to give rewards to them who had the best setup. My father-in-law, he was so proud. He showed me all kinds of awards that he won. He had one of the best setups. You know what's funny was, I'd be riding with my ex-girlfriend, Dina Lovato. She knew the names of every person that was involved with gang stalking in the neighborhood. They're involved, knew their name. They're involved, knew their name. Oh yeah, they're involved. Oh yeah, they had a good setup. They just set up. That's how they are. They're a tight, fit community. They think they're family. almost like the mafia, be part of the family, to do criminal acts, but keep it to themselves. Keep it low. They're criminals. They're nothing like the mafia. Because they're low-life scum, like sewer rats. Going out there, misfits, undesirables. It's not a law against being that, is it? But bcso sheriffs, you're not protecting us. Because what Albuquerque gang doctors are doing, all the criminal acts that they do against us, there's no consequences for them. Because they're putting all the consequences on you. And then you're putting it on the mayor. And the governor, Michelle Nolan. You're putting it on them. Because they're our protectors. The city's protectors. The whole city looks up to them. And you're under their wing. And the gang doctors are under your wing. So somebody needs to reach into somebody's pocket and pull themselves out and act like who they're supposed to be. Act like the lawman like you're supposed to be. Kill gang stalking. That's what you gotta do, is kill gang stalking. Because people like me shouldn't have to live in fear. The next victim, the next citizen in Albuquerque, New Mexico shouldn't have to live in fear that they could be the next victim and have to suffer like me. You talk about protecting small businesses, there's a logo that says shop logo or shop local. How are we going to shop local if you allow them to attack the local businesses? Sabotaging their reviews, sabotaging their rankings by forcing a no-show, by having people like this respond to the ad and not show up. Say, I'm on my way. And you're sitting there waiting and they don't, you start calling and you realize they're not coming. When you call them, they don't answer the phone no more. So you go to the next one. He does the same one. Same one next to him. Does the same thing. How are you supposed to protect the local businesses when that happens? There's a saying that bcso sheriffs used to always say, crime doesn't pay. Really? Crime don't pay? It does if you're an Albuquerque gang stalker. It pays very well. I don't know how well it pays. I have no idea what they make. But you lied, didn't you? When you say crime don't pay. You advertise it on billboards, in commercials, crime don't pay. Obviously, you're wrong, weren't you? Because when you allow this program under your department, crime pays. That's illegal. So, I'm going to cut this short. I'm going to introduce you who the Albuquerque gang stalkers are. How I know who these Albuquerque, I don't have names, numbers on who I'm going to play. But how I know they're Albuquerque gang stalkers, because when I was 17 years old, my ex-girlfriend told me there's several ways they make money back then. They can do it with the street theater, on the field they called it, working the field. I'm sure there's another name for it. They can do it at home, making phone calls, whatever, on the computer, doing their harassment doing there. Or they can join this, what they call the police scanner. But they gotta learn, they gotta train for it. They act like they're police. They act like they're security. But they're not. They're nothing but criminals. So I'm gonna, you like this? I'm gonna let you go. Peace, stay strong to my fellow targeted friends. I'm actually not gonna share this with my support group. This is only for the mayor, bcso sheriffs, APD, the governor, national news, podcast news. I'm sharing this and lots of other mayors in different states and cities. I want to know what the city here is going on, the corruption's going on, and who's allowing it to go on, who's not stopping it. Because you need to stop it, Mayor. Stop the corruption. Stop these people from attacking small businesses. Because other small businesses got to fear that, something like this to happen. Now, yeah, you're probably saying, we, as a business owner, we're gonna run into that problem. But I run into this problem all the time, non-stop. Every time I put an ad on, I run into this, every time. So here's your Albuquerque gang stalkers. Peace.
You guys know what that is? You mean, like, you know how to be the western, the far western. Western. 1012 services sales, one North Bay Northwest. 1012 sales, one North Bay Northwest for a 10 check. Currently party advised subject missed a check-in, possibly dose on medication and drinking alcohol. Subject's going to be a Richard Padilla, to the birth code 18-19-68. Possibly has within the home throwing knife, possibly 10-18 and 57. Our chance the person should be in the driveway, possibly having a 1040 episode unknown. PP requesting suicide via shutting up. Go, Peter.